My name is Osypchuk. I am an associate professor from the University of Kyiv-Mohyla Academy in Kyiv, Ukraine, and I also am a research director for the School for Policy Analysis, which is a think tank within our university. So I'm very much excited about this project because our expertise of our think tank in my university is the problems and issues connected to the reintegration of the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine in Donbass, so-called Donbass and Crimea, so in the east of Ukraine and in the Crimean Peninsula. And we focus on both reintegration policies of how Ukraine can integrate the internally displaced people and what policies should be developed for when we hope we get these territories back to reconciliate and to reintegrate these territories back, and not so much territories as people who are still living there and who are Ukrainian citizens back. We also focus on the issues of informational security and informational and cultural sides of reintegration, and also on some issues of populism and youth education, meaning non-formal civic education mainly for students. I myself am a sociologist, so apart from being a research director for think tank, I am an associate professor at the sociology department, and in a think tank which my colleagues are mainly from political science and from international relations, but we are very much for evidence-based, kind of from the research and then to the policy analysis and for evidence-based policies. So basically we do a lot of field work. For example, in this last summer we spent a month and a half in the doing a real field work in Donbass, in Donetska, Luganska and Khersonska oblasti. We went from amalgamated community to amalgamated community and conducted focus groups to get some from the ground information to add to those surveys, representative surveys that we actually order polling companies. So we do have a lot of expertise in policy analysis in our fields, and we hope that our expertise will help to enrich the project. I'm very much excited to be the part of the joint project because we think it's extremely important for there to be a joint European Union foreign policy. And being one of the countries that is kind of a case for this project, we can't really think that it's not important, because we live every day and every time we switch on the news we see why it is important to have a partner, and you with the Ukrainian partner here, with a joint policy, so that there won't be a lot of play of trying to exercise conflicts within you or contestations within you, so that there wouldn't be a really joint policy in the terms of the conflict in Ukraine. So that's very much our whole issue that is very close to us at home. So I'm not sure I can really put it in words properly, but it's very much important. We can't really downplay the importance of that. And for example, I came here 2 days ago, and half of the news on TV is about migration crisis, and it was the same. It was when I was leaving from Kyiv to go here, that probably one of the top news is the crisis in Belarus, on Polish-Belarusian border, and it very much shows how the contestations and how different actually different laws that European Union have on migration and contestation within European unions try to be exploited by third countries and having their own interest. And I think this is one of the examples where a joint policy would be very much appreciated, and even more being a neighboring country to the stage of the conflict. We do feel that a joint policy here will really help our security and our future. So basically I think it's a very important project, and I really do hope that it will bring forth really a policy recommendation that will help to make European policy more joint and cohesive. I really expect to have more in-depth discussion about the theoretical framework. I've read the draft and we commented a bit on that, and I think that the discussion of the draft that will be today, and really the discussion in general that we will have today, will have to really to formulate and finalize the theoretical framework for the project, which I think is very important to start with the methodological and empirical part of research. The classically trained sociologists, I do think that we need to start from setting a theoretical framework first and then going into the field. So I am very excited that we will finalize the theoretical framework today, and it will really help us in the case studies analysis later.